Hi guys! So today I'm gonna show you some top tips in avatar making and maybe some other tips as well. Okay, so one of my first tips is when you have the basic avatar in, to build your own avatar in your dress up or whatever, always have an avatar that has a scaler on. So maybe like the 65% hand scaler, which I usually use, the 95% head scaler, and maybe like a waist scaler. But the main three that I use is the hands, waist, and head. And then what I find best is to always start with like the anatomy side, so like the head, the eyes, the hair, and then go on to like accessories and clothes, then accessories, and then like your skin's should be one of the first. So what I would suggest doing is finding, first of all, is to plan out what sort of avatar you want to make first, whether that's going to be someone of a creature, a fairy, vampire, witch, wizard, you know, wolf, furry, whatever you want to, whatever you may think about making. You can make children as well. But I think, as I've not really done much on making a child avatar, I think I'll make a child avatar this time, just to show you basics, the basics, and what would look good and what wouldn't. So you kind of want to avoid like avatars that are that automatically shrink you down, and things like that, because they do tend to glitch your avatar out. So the best thing to use, which I use, is a scaler for your avatar, like automatically, that and not put into the actual avatar that you are going to buy. So for a child, what I use is 67.5, because that makes it ideally smaller without making anything distorted, like the shoulders are coming out of the elbows aren't coming out the shoulders, on the knees ain't coming out the thighs and stuff, because that tends to happen sometimes. If you want to make someone younger, then I'd go down to around 60, go down to 60, and then it all varies from who you want to build. So I want to build a child who is, I would say about 10 or 11 years of age. And so I've got the 67.5 on, which I would think would be an ideal sort of height compared to the full-size avatar. So then going into heads, you don't want to find a head that is going to be massively huge. For example, like you get children's heads that make the cheeks awfully wide, and so on and so forth, and you can get heads that wrong example, and you get heads that make the face incredibly fat, and it does not look good. So what I would recommend for a child would be something like this, something small, something petite looking, that gives like the chubby cheek sort of look. Next, you want to have a look at the eyebrows. Now, eyebrows are also something that you need to pick out carefully with a child avatar, because you don't want anything too harsh, or something like this, because it would not look good on your child avatar. So something like the Korean sort of eyebrow that are soft and somewhat curved, or something of the sort. And then, depending on what sort of child you want, so if you want like a child of a creature, like a vampire, wolf, demon, whatever, then you need to think of what sort of eyes you would like. Usually I make vampire children, but I think there's time for a change. I might make an angel child, which I'm not too sure about what angel clothing I have for children, but we will soon find out. So with eyes for children, you can use adult eyes as well, but you can use adult eyes as well, but sometimes they can look but you need to be careful that they don't look too outfetched. So I'm looking for something that is bright and colourful and shows, innocence and light. Things like this. That just shows some brightness and cuteness in a way. I always associate with bright coloured eyes with like bright creatures, and dark coloured eyes with dark creatures, like vampires and demons, and angels have like light coloured eyes. So I'm just having a browse through quite a few eyes. I know I'm flicking through ones that I've already picked, but I like to look at how they compare with other ones. And if I like a colour more than the other colour, then it's a given that I'll go for the colour that I like more. So for now, I may stick with. Actually, no. I want to go with the grey sort of colour for now. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna look for is going to be skin. So with skins, I'm going to keep it GA. With the skins, it's best to look for something that doesn't have any makeup, isn't too heavy on certain features like lips, and maybe on blush or whatever you may think. With an angelic type avatar, I tend to go for a light coloured skin. That's something that shows looks like flush, but also sweet looking. I tend not to go for something that obviously has makeup, or too much makeup, or looks obviously for adults. I'll give you an example. So the one I've got on, I would think would look fine. But let's say I go for something. I'm trying to think for one with an example, because I just let's say this one. Now, despite the skin is very well made and it's probably one of my favorites, it does not suit a child avatar. It looks too mature and too advanced for the look I'm going for. So another tip is to always look for skin that will suit the element of what you're trying to create. See, I kind of like this. You can see there is a little bit of eyeliner in the corner. Personally, I don't like that in a way of naturally children don't wear makeup, but in some circumstances, where it doesn't look too much and it just looks like natural lighting. Well, not lighting, but you know, you can get what I mean. I think it can pass, but like I said, please avoid like full-on makeups that looks unnatural and looks like a full face of, you know, lipstick and eyeshadow and stuff. But like it was a certain like I would say innocence vibe to it. Okay, and next with hairs, like I've said before, something you don't want to go for something that's too advanced. So something like this, that doesn't really suit the child sort of vibe I'm giving it, or something, you know, something like this with like a shaven side of the head. Once again, suits other avatars. It's very well made, but something that I would not give a child avatar. But I would give something like this, maybe something that's natural, that would look natural for a child anyway. And then maybe something, I think anything that's natural like this would be acceptable. So what I'm like looking for is something that I myself class as angelic and sweet looking. So I want something that is a natural shade, not anything that's vibrantly coloured, like a red or, you know, a grey, or a blue for that matter. So looking for something pale and natural. I'm having a bit of a struggle. But oh, I keep flicking through hairs that I know I've already been through, but there are some hairs that I go past and then I look at and think, but I like this. I like this mainly because of like it's short and it's something, and it's basically near enough the opposite of what I'd usually go for. So therefore, something I would keep. Now, once again, with a child avatar, nothing with breasts. So nothing that would show obvious cleavage and, you know, an obvious breast. Because, like I said, I want something. When you're making a child avatar, you want something that is obviously, you know, child related, and that looks decent. But looking for something angelic and child related, I don't think I have much, but the best way to check to see what you have is just to simply you can go through things that you have already. Maybe change the word. Like, I do have a lot of dark dresses. But nothing takes my fancy 100%. So this is the time when you can't find anything what you are looking for. It's just simply go straight into the shop. Type in a few keywords like Kid Angel and have a look to see what comes up. In the search box, also making sure it is the sort of quality that you want. So like this, as much as I like it in a way, it is not what I'm looking for, in the sense that it is broken at the hips. But let me remove this. Nope. Even so, I don't want anything that accentuates any or even indicates at like the heart shape of a breast, because obviously naturally kids do not own breasts. So that's something I would very much like to stay away from. I actually really like this. Like, this is the sort of thing that I can see the avatar wearing. But I'm just going to look through the shop a little bit further, just to see if, like I said before, I don't want like this sort of thing. It's a brassiere, not for children. Like I said before, I don't like to pick the first thing that I see, because I'll most likely see something I like better, and then something that I like better that's probably also a little bit cheaper. It's always best to have a shop around first before you dive into the first thing you see. You can, like I said, always look around with the tags as well. But I like to go for something. See, I really like this dress because it's really the sort of thing that I would personally consider a child avatar of the angel variety to wear. So I was just getting my phone. Got this on my credit. Sorry about that. Jump up because of the daily spin. Right, getting back to this. I'm just gonna quickly put this in my wish list. And then I always find that sometimes the wish list doesn't actually update automatically, and that kind of bums me out for a bit. Okay, until I can actually get the dress, I'm gonna quickly just keep on this dress. Until I move on. Okay, sorry about that. I was just quickly messaging someone. Okay. So next up is trying to find an avatar that once again suits the personality of what I'm looking for. So I don't want anything that I don't want anything that like that once again doesn't suit the avatar itself. So I am looking for something that is simple, sweet. And this is kind of like one of the things that I do like to go for when making a child avatar, is something that sorry, I'm just trying to get the hair off my eyes. It's not good. Alright, let's just have a quick peek at this dress. Okay. Please forgive me for a second. Okay. Just quickly grab this dress. And There we go. So we've got the dress, which I had to quickly grab. And then, like, once again, with the shoes, some shoes are really not suitable for children, in my opinion anyway, which is like high heels, like, just automatically, that is not something that you would see normally on a child. So what I would usually go for, in this sort of case, is bare feet. Here's bare feet. Something flat-footed for a child because, you know, they don't really stand on their tiptoes very often unless they're reaching up for the cookie jar, which is understandable because they're children. Okay, so next is accessories and stuff. So what I'm looking for now is just some simple hands with, like, no jewelry, no varnish, so hands that are just casually small and sweet. I stick away from jewelry with children's avatars because naturally, once again, you know, it's not something that you give to children. So, just having a quick peek in. So something like this. And once again, you can't have a child avatar without maybe having. There's certain things that I would have. Would be like a holy cross, but something elegant and sweet and not like rings and, you know, other types of jewelry like a spiked necklace or earrings and stuff. So I think if you were going to add jewelry onto a child avatar, then I would suggest just using something small and dainty, something, you know, you wouldn't mind putting on your own child. So have a link around, see what you have, and if you don't have the credits, then just put them on the wish list and maybe someone will be kind enough to grab you them. So my next thing is looking for a halo. I don't have many halos. That I haven't been shopping for a halo for quite a while, like years. So the halos I do have are quite outdated. But I suppose if you've got one that is fairly similar to the one you're looking at the shop, then just go for the one you've already got. Because, you know, there's no point trying to buy halos that you already have. Oh, hello. Oh, I actually really like this because it's dainty. It's pretty and dainty, but when you find high pricing stuff, then just the second best thing to do is just look for Okay, another tip. If you've got something like this, which is quite pricey, then always look on the information and go to more information, and it will take you to a web page. And I don't think you can see the web page. No. Okay, you can't see the web page, but always go to the web page and you'll greet by the information of the product that you're viewing. Then you will notice it will have more information and it will show you who it's by, the homepage, then size, then derived from, then next would be products like this and derivation tree. We'll go on to the product that it's derived from. And if it's changed, then if you are a creator, you can either create it to make it look like the product that you want it to look liking, not look liking, or go back and find the first product if you're willing to purchase the more expensive one. So I'm going to go back and look for another Halo, but I think, in honesty, I might just stick. Like I said, don't go out purchasing something if you've already got the item in your wish list or your inventory. Always have a look around as well. Okay, I think I might just stick with that. Okay, next one you've got like your accessories, and for this instance, a wing. I'm sorry if you can hear my mother in the background. She's telling the dog to come back in the house. He's very disobedient, so sometimes he needs a telling off. So once again, I'm looking for something that I know would suit the avatar. Now this is quite pretty. This is something I would definitely probably see within a child avatar. But again, see, nowadays in Imvu, you always get told, please don't wear huge wings. And that can be a real big problem. That can be a really big problem when trying to make new avatars with wings, because you don't want to get told off. You're like, your wings are too big. So you want to scale it down a bit and go for something a little bit smaller. In this case, I think this is quite cute in the sense like it's sweet and innocent looking and something you would most definitely probably find. And if you want to go in and ahead and have a look for other items or other accessories, then go ahead and look for something that you know would be an asset to the avatar and not a burden. Meaning, like, an asset would probably be something like the butterflies. Be something like butterflies. And then a burden would probably be something, I don't know, or something completely out of the character that you're looking for. So like, I don't know, say horns. You don't want to really find horns on an avatar that is meant to be, angelic. You could also add accessories. Like I have prayer beads, and I think I do have a Bible. I do. And then, see, you can add things like this, but then it glitches, and then you think, I'll take it off. But no, you don't need to take it off. If you have an avatar, you can use that will also do. I know I have an avatar that I have already, which I have used for a sort of Christian Anglican looking avatar before, but I'm just gonna quickly have a look to see what I used avatar wise for this look. I think it was this. I can't remember. Now, if you can't remember certain details, there is nothing stopping you from looking back into old avatars to see exactly where you so there's some avatars that fit with other things and some accessories that fit with other things, and you think, what did I use for that? And then just look around for avatars that you remember having it with, and then just to use a reference from the. In this case, I'm not entirely sure exactly what avatar. Wait, I thought I had been charged. I used for this sort of look. I know I've made like a angel type look before, but I'll be darned. I'll be darned. Okay. Well, you can always use old avatars like for inspiration if you are lost or you can't think. But always have a look around your options first. But I think the Bible and the rosary set can be quite an asset to something like this. It really like accentuates what you're, the sort of vibe you're going for. And then, like, with a childlike avatar, then there really is like sorry, I lost my train of thought. There's nothing really you can do wrong. So I find that can be quite sweet. And you can always change it out, change things in, change things around, But at the end of the day, it's all about what you want and what you expect and what you want to save from your own imagination. Sorry, I keep stopping and starting my words. I lose my train of thought incredibly easy. But anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is I don't want to go overboard with accessories and stuff, but there is only like a few things that I think will look sweet. Would be like a few freckles, but freckles can be quite evasive if you get like heavy looking ones. So you can always search for like what you have in your inventory. So I think this really comes together well for like the style I want and the message I want to give. And I very much think it's a good job. So remembering to do the basics first, like the head, then the eyes, avatar, then skin, hair, clothes, then accessories last. And then not going overboard with accessories and not going overboard with the wrong kind of accessories like assets to the outfit and burdens, and mix matching. So there you have it. There's my little my tips on how to make an avatar and what to avoid when making an avatar. And I hope you have taken something away from this video. And if you have, I would love to know how it's helped you. And I hope you all take care and have a great day, night, evening, or whenever you are watching this video. So, take care.